Good morning, everyone. I hope that everybody is enjoying waking up and seeing some blue skies out there after yesterday's uh, dull and rainy and gloomy kind of day. So make sure that today you do get outside, even if it's in your back porch or front porch or front yard, and get some fresh air in there because it soothes not just the body, but the soul and the mind as well. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about, with mindfulness and mindfulness practice. And I know we're doing some of those practices so that you can kind of sharpen those skills right now. But a couple of points I just wanted to make sure everyone's clear on, and is that there's no such thing, number one, as a bad meditation. You can't screw it up and just not do it right. Anytime that you just are sitting quietly for a few moments and being in the silence, you're meditating, and it's helpful. And that's, again, it's like a muscle. You hear me say this all the time. It's like if you're playing a sport and you practice it, that muscle gets stronger. It's the same thing with mindfulness and meditation. Um, Also, in terms of the whole, like we refer to it sometimes in the club as monkey mind. That's when you sit down and all of a sudden every single thought in the entire universe starts going through your mind. That will, with time and with practice, it slows down. That inner dialogue that keeps us very distracted and sometimes ups our anxiety a little bit in the moment, it actually will start to slow down. That there's no right or wrong time to meditate. It's not about, well, you have to do it in the morning or you have to do it at night. You can, whatever time feels right for you. Sometimes it might be, the first thing in the morning and sets the tone for the day. Sometimes for other people, it is later in the day. Nowadays, with, kind of our schedules being a little bit, you know, unstructured, it might be several times throughout the day, little mini sessions. So you'll figure that out for yourself, and it may change day to day. There's no right or wrong meditation length. You guys hear me say this all the time. Sometimes starting out, it's fine if you want to just do 3 or 4 minutes. That's fine. It's absolutely no problem and will help you. You may find over some time that you actually kind of start to enjoy it, and you may want to do longer, and that's great too. But there's no right or wrong, and it's not like, well, I only did it for 3 minutes, so therefore it's not even doing anything. There's also no right or wrong posture for meditating. I say this all the time. You could be sitting, you can sit upright, you could sit leaning back. The only thing I do sometimes say to people is be careful of the laying down meditation because it does bring you to such a state of relaxation. It is very easy, people frequently fall asleep, which might be fine if that's what you're using your meditation for. There's all sorts of apps where you can go and use it to help you fall asleep if you're having trouble with that. But if you're doing it at a time that wasn't your intention, it might be more helpful to sit up, or you can sit on the floor, on a cushion, on a pillow. You know how in my office we do, all sorts of things. Sometimes you guys like to sit on the chairs. Sometimes you like to sit on the floor on the big, pillows and stuff like that. So figure out what works right for you. And again, that may change from day to day as well. I wanted to also share a quote with you, um, again from Buddha, that again, it goes back to a little bit about what we spoke about yesterday, and I think it's just very helpful for these times right now. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, worry about the future, or anticipate troubles, which is maybe a little hard to do right now, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. I love that because I think right now we all kind of maybe live in a little bit of mourning our past. I hear sometimes people saying, to me, oh my God, can you believe just, 2 weeks ago we were doing this and we were doing that. And they reflect on activities where, they were out and about with people or social engagement. And they say it with almost like a sadness. And it's important not to look back on that and kind of mourn it because that only weakens you. It brings you down. The same thing about worrying about the future. Well, how long do you think this will last? Well, when will we be able to go back out and go to the mall or go shopping or see our friends? Again, you by thinking on that and dwelling on that, it only raises the anxiety. And the important thing to remember is that the more anxious that you keep yourself feeling, that's actually not just hurting you emotionally, but it is weakening your immune system. And that's why, again, being in the present moment is just so helpful and healthy. So it really does. It's helping just as much as trying to eat right and wash your hands. Keeping yourself centered, keeping yourself grounded is just as helpful for us as well. Okay, so why don't we just take a moment and we're going to do a little practice, okay? This one actually is one that I love. It's called loving kindness, and I think that that's really important. It's a guided meditation, and it's one that helps us just bring that energy up again for ourselves and for others in the world right now. So get comfortable, and I actually have this is a singing bowl, they call it. What I do is I will use it and ring it. When I ring it, all you have to do is just sit and try to listen to the tone. It helps to just start the practice. Okay, deep breath in. So allow yourself to settle in and just focus for a moment on your breath, being aware of the in and the out. And take one hand and place it over your heart, and the other hand and place it over your belly. And just let them rest lightly as you follow your breath. And as you feel your body begin to settle in and settle down, let yourself hear these words and take them in. May I be well, healthy, and strong. May I be happy. May I feel peace. And now I want you to, in your mind, think of a person or people that you love very much. And as you're thinking of them, say, may you be well, healthy, and strong. May you be happy. May you feel peace. And now, take into your mind all the people that are not staying at home, but rather are out working, healthcare workers, people providing job services, taking care of sanitation, stores that are still open, the grocery workers. There's so many, countless. Think of all of those people helping to keep things going for us. And say, may you be well, healthy, and strong. May you be happy. May you feel peace. And finally, think of the world at large, all of the communities of people, and say, may you be well, healthy, and strong. May you be happy, and may you feel peace. And as we begin to come to the end of this practice, once again, let us take in those final words from Louise Hay. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. I hope you found that helpful. Um, Feel free to, it's a wonderful practice, and feel free to do that as often as you like. I try to do a loving kindness, compassion practice several times a week. I find it soothes me, and I'm hoping that it's soothing the people to whom I'm thinking about and sending it towards. So, as a final closing, I just wanted to throw out a quote from Maya Angelou. And she said, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." And I think those are wonderful words, and maybe we can all kind of reflect on that. How do we rise up to these events, both personally and as a society? Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be well.